What's going on, everybody? I hope all is well. This is Calvin with the Stab Lab podcast, and I'm back with another one for episode number 74. I hope everybody is doing amazing, man. Everything is going good over here. Today, I have an amazing guest, a beautiful guest, a wonderful young lady who just been working it out, doing her thing, staying to herself. You know what I'm saying? We got the wonderful Miss Yella in the building today. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you for even coming through. You know what I'm saying? On a sick note. You ain't sick now, but
no more.
We're not even claiming that. But I hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to Vara Juice for sponsoring this episode. Today, man, I just want to touch on a few things that I just been thinking about, and I just wanted to get your perspective on a few things. Mm-hmm. One, you got any shout outs? You want to, shout somebody else? Shout?
You know what? I want to shout out, I'm going to say my family and my friends. Those are the most important in my life right now. Okay. So I just want to say shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all.
Being real.
Shout out, listen here, ain't nothing like some good family and friends. You know what I'm saying? Them is real. It's real. You got to tread lightly with some family and friends for real. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who just trying their best to work it out, trying their best to be the best person they can be, trying their best just to be their best, man. It's hard out here right now. And we all just trying to make a way, man. Today I'm doing a little something different, man. I'm drinking wine. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Cheers. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what it is, but they say if you want to get different results, you got to do different stuff. So shout out to y'all for, I ain't gonna say I like it too much, but whatever.
It's not the best, but
it's my first time. You know what I'm saying? But we got to do. I think before we get into it, I just want to touch on something real quick. I think I mastered the art of not giving a fuck.
Ooh, yes. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's a good thing, though, but it's like the more I've experienced, the more I've been through in life, the more I know that everything going to be all right. And I think that if I put too much care into it, that almost brings the stress, you know what I'm saying? And I almost be too worried or too into the problem or the situation. But when I learned to not give a fuck and I know that everything gonna be all right, I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. It is what it is.
Honestly, like, I feel like that was like a big turning point in my life, is just looking at things at face value for what it is. Because it's like we stress out about, oh, what could this be, or what could come out of this, or stuff that happened in the past. And it's just like, just live in the moment and accept for what it is instead of trying to change things. And it's like, I be reading books. I'm trying to like get more into reading.
Okay.
And the books I've been reading lately, it's just talking about just living in the present moment. The past already happened. A lot of people, we have past traumas and things of that nature, and like we can't get over it. And then also tomorrow, we might not see tomorrow.
Right.
So it's like you got to live in today, and you just focus on that.
You really got to go through some stuff, though, to even know what that really means, though. What's the name of that book, though? I'm kind of interested.
Ooh, you know what? Don't get me
I ain't going to put you on. I ain't going to put you on spot right there. I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that.
But you know what? Also, because so my attention span is kind of short. So I kind of jump around with books. I don't sometimes I can't just stay on one book. So it's a couple that I'm reading. Okay. So, but when I think of the name, I'll hand it over to you.
Please do, because you see, I love books.
No, I noticed that. I was actually going to ask you about your books.
After a certain age, I think your attention span gets shorter and shorter. I don't know the fact on that. Don't kill me all in the comments. But I think that when you're interested in the book, you might see something different. Because when I buy a book, I buy three.
Yeah,
I don't buy one book. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, shit, this look interesting too. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that as we grow older and we grow through a lot of things, and we see things, and then we, like you said, it just, what it's going to be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How's your mental state today?
Ooh.
Like, really?
And today, like in this
like
moment,
right now, like how's your mental state?
I think my mental state is really good. So one thing that I was actually just having this conversation the other day. So people probably wouldn't know, like looking at me, but I do have issues with depression sometimes. And I think right now I'm in a really good mental state. Again, just accepting things for what it is and just being very grateful for what I do have. I think a lot of depression that people have today is just kind of beating themselves down, feeling like they should be doing better. When it's like, you're doing really good right now. Facts. You got a roof over your head. Facts. You can feed yourself. I can see, I can hear, I can walk, like I'm able-bodied, So I just been trying to be more grateful,
Yeah. I seen this guy, I don't know if you know, his name is A-Town, and he was a real big social media guy. he is like a little autistic, but they was using, you know how Instagram is, they use you to the advantage.
Right.
And today he wrote down all the things that was wrong with him. And it was when I say the list was so long, and then it kind of put me in a state where, Calvin, what are you worried about? Like, like, why are you stressing over the little thing? He talking about he got rise in his back, his left eye, he had to take it out. Like, it was crazy.
See, and that's the thing, because so I'm fascinated with like the human body anatomy and things like that. So I'll be up at 4 o'clock in the morning Googling some random, some random shit. Right. But I just, I be looking into like different diseases or just like autoimmune disorders and things like that. And it's like people are really going through it in life. What are we complaining about? And I feel like social media kind of just like took it over the top.
Right.
With people not being satisfied with themselves. So
that's crazy. I got the same questions you just talking about. That's flowing. But one thing I want you to do, we got icebreaker that we do before we break open the topics and stuff like that. It's nothing crazy. It just, do you got anything on your chest that you want to get off? I think you already said it, like people look at you, because of who you are, maybe because the accolades or whatever it is, and they think that you are not a regular person and you don't go through things. We just kind of say what we feel. Maybe we went through something through the week or something that through the month. You really a funny person. So
I mean, it depends. Like I can be funny, but I'm also like very laid back, nonchalant. So it's like, it depends on who I'm around if you can bring that out of me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is like really put on the spot.
I'm sorry. No, this is what we do at the lab. I'm sorry.
Do I have anything to get off my chest? I feel like I'm learning just to kind of like just really isolate yourself. That's like where I'm at right now. And I was just having a conversation with myself, and then also one of my very close friends. It's kind of time to lock in.
Facts.
It's time to lock in.
I say that all the time.
And it's not, you know what? And I be having issues with people like not really respecting the isolation period because, people want to be around you or just do certain things. And it's like, in order to get where you want to be, you really got to focus. Facts. And just, you got to let people know, look, I'm going to see you on the flip side. You're just going to have to sit back for a minute. Right. So I'm trying to learn that balance right now. I don't have a hard time saying no, but I also have an issue with, this might sound like kind of deep, like, I don't know, a little dark. Okay. So I've been thinking about death a lot, not like in a bad way, but just in the sense of it's inevitable, it's going to happen. That's... So I'm kind of stuck between, focus, handle your stuff, and get where you want to be, and also live your life.
Ooh, I like this conversation.
Yes, live your life and do like what you want to do, because I could easily, not putting it out into the universe, I could easily not wake up tomorrow.
Facts.
So I'm kind of just trying to find that balance.
But how do you? Because I think as we get older, shit start getting real. Yeah. And we start putting things in perspective. Like, okay, we could be gone tomorrow. Like you said, the power is in the tongue, so we're not going to speak that. But it's reality. One thing about it, we all have to go one day. Yeah. But how do you enjoy life and say, okay, I got to go? Like, or, you know what I'm saying? Get your stuff in order.
Right. I think, so again, was just having this conversation. You kind of just got to put yourself maybe like on a schedule. For me, for example, Monday through Thursday, those are in the gym, focus on that, running my errands, doing what I have to do to make sure I feel, just like not scattered and all over the place. So it's like you give yourself a certain amount of days. Monday through Thursday, I'm locked in. And then maybe Friday, I might step out or something. You just got to find that balance, because I'm so quick to like, you want to go out of town next week? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Fuck this shit, we about to go.
No, I'm out of here. Because it's like, I don't have any kids. I don't have, anything really tying me down. So it's like, I can get up and leave tomorrow if I want to. So... yeah, you just got to be strict on yourself. It's hard.
Man, God damn. Like, why is it this hard?
Yeah.
Who are you, and, what do you have going on? Who is Yella, baby? Who is Jennifer?
So right now, as most people know, like, I work in the nightlife. So I'm kind of trying to, like, transition out of that. I don't want to say, like, too much.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't like to speak on things before it happens. But, yeah, I'm just, like, in nightlife, focusing on just, like, health. Holistic things. Okay. I know you haven't followed me for like too long, but I do like to kind of try and put information out there for people to just treat their bodies better and be more on point with that.
I like that though. That's the reason I did follow you and reach out to you, because I am very intentional who I reach out to, and, you know, who I have on my podcast, because I want people to relate information that we all can use.
Right.
We all can have the toxic podcast or whatever. That's just, I don't really want that. That's not what feeds me. You know what I'm saying? What feeds me is what I put out into the world and what I can, you know, get back. So that's why I appreciate you for coming and spending time with me. For real, I really appreciate that. Where are you from?
So I grew up in Sterling Heights.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say Dominican Republic or something. Okay.
You know what? I get asked that a lot, like if I'm actually from here.
Okay.
But yeah, no, just Sterling Heights. You know, people out of state, I just say Detroit, but you know, Detroit.
You got it. You had it though, that one.
Yeah. If you're actually from Detroit, you can't claim Detroit, but like
you can claim.
I love Detroit.
Yeah.
Like even though I didn't grow up in the city, but it's like it's literally nothing like Detroit.
You still from Detroit. I don't care what you
right. Thank you.
Did you grow up with a 2-parent household?
So my parents actually got divorced when I was 7 years old. And then my mother remarried when I was about like 9. And she's been with my stepfather for, 20 years now?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I grew up in a 2-parent household for, you know, some of my childhood, but it wasn't the greatest. Yeah. So
I think that it was good that you still seen that, though. You know what I'm saying? Not really.
No, because so my childhood, like I grew up with an abusive father.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like certain things. So I'll just say with my life, because I've been through some things in life, and I'm very appreciative of those lessons. But like my childhood, yeah, I have certain traumas, if you want to say, that I can tell that has carried on or carried into my adult life. So yeah, but I will say with my mother remarrying my stepfather, I definitely saw that 2-parent household.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Because I always be thinking like, because I only grew up with my mom, and I didn't have my dad in my life. And I always be thinking like, how would it have been if I grew up with a 2-parent household? So when people say that they grew up with their mom and their dad, it just infatuate me. Like, how was, I just be wanting to know, like, how was it, like, growing up and stuff like that? But you already just said basically how it was.
Right.
For real. You said you didn't have any kids. Do you see yourself having any kids in the future? I'm sorry. I got to get to that.
No, it's okay. We can go deep with it. You know what? I have this conversation with myself a lot. So when I was younger, I was so into like motherhood. You know, I was like, I have to be a mom. It's my calling. Like, 'cause I'm a very nurturing and loving person, you know. But the older I get, I'll be honest, I think I would be okay if I did not have children. Just from a woman's standpoint, it's deep. Like, it's, you know, deep. People, and no offense to anybody who has children outside of marriage or, you know, just a strong relationship, but it's so much to having children, especially as a woman. For one, we are risking our life because you can die going through labor, you know. We're going through chemical changes with our brain, our body. You know, we can deal with depression or just other physical things that can happen to us. And then not only that, I feel like a woman, even if you have a supportive partner, we take on about like 95% of the physical labor with the child and the emotional labor. So I just feel like in order for me to have a child, it's got to be right.
What's right though?
So
like
one,
married.
I strongly stand on I have to be married.
Okay.
Like I got to give myself at least the opportunity to have a partner, you know? And again, I'm not judging anybody who has children outside of marriage. It's just something, you know, I personally don't agree with. And then also finances.
Yeah, for sure. That should have been number one.
Listen,
that should have been
expensive, okay?
For sure.
Kids are very expensive. And it's like, I don't want to put my child in a position to struggle. You know, I feel like, a lot of people, not my childhood, I didn't grow up, you know, deal with this. But like when you turn 18, a lot of parents are like, all right, it's time to go. Yeah. No, I feel like I brought you into this world. So I want you to be comfortable. I don't want you to have to struggle. Like, of course, I don't want to just have a spoiled child and they can't fend for themselves. But if I brought you into this world, I want to give you a nice life. Right. You know? And then also, touching back on family, I don't have a large family. So it's like I wouldn't be bringing a child into a strong family dynamic unless it was my husband's family, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, it's so many factors to it. And also, so I'll be 30 this year in November.
Okay.
I'm still kind of living my life. Like, I have, you know, I got
for sure
countries I want to see,
right,
or,
right.
you know, just things I want to experience. So it's like, I'm not in such a rush to, I got to just pop a kid out, you know? And I got nephews, so I can, you know.
Drop them off. Listen, ain't nothing like it. I think, get me wrong. Damn, don't kill me. I think it's Muslims or Chaldeans who stay with their kids, or like everybody stay in one house until like they get married or something like that. And I think that that's the best way, because we grow up as soon as we turn 18, we got to go. Then shit start hitting the fan. Like I think that's kind of wrong. And I do have a son, and I don't want to push that narrative on him. Like, okay, as soon as you get 18, you got to go. You got to start living, because it's hard. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if I would have did that a little different, shit would have been different. But I'm just thankful that, you know, it did happen the way it happened.
Right.
Do you think that you having a kid, you would be less successful?
I think that could go many different ways, honestly. I feel like if you already are not successful, it could hinder you a little bit. Because I feel like if you're already not successful or doing just the bare minimum things that you should be doing as an adult, how do you think you're going to do that with a child?
A kid gonna even make it worse.
Exactly.
I don't be understanding how people, damn, y'all gonna kill me. How they be wanting to have like 3 and 4 kids. Like,
no,
that shit ain't it.
It's
like,
not
and hey, to each his own.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all want to do, however y'all want to do it. But I feel exactly like you. Like, I ain't having 4 or 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to live.
In
like,
this economy right now, absolutely.
Hell no. Ain't no way.
Absolutely not.
Ain't no way. So what does the American dream mean to you? Because you know the American dream is the white picket fence. You know what I'm saying? The marriage, the happy family.
I don't know.
Kids.
It's like, is there an American dream anymore?
No, it's not. I think honestly, the American dream was some bullshit from the get go.
Oh, absolutely.
You go to school, get a degree, get a job, pay that money back, have 1 vacation a year.
No, that sounds like slavery.
It is slavery though.
Yeah.
But people don't understand what it is until you put it in perspective, till you get older. And they say when you get older, you get wiser. And that's the damn truth. And I didn't really understand what that meant until I got older. And I'm like, the American dream really some bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think now, though, in today's society, we are breaking that. And they don't like that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to make it harder for us. We want to be more entrepreneurs. We want to be, you know, business owners and things like that. So I just wanted to get your perspective on, you know, what you think the American dream was.
Yeah, I don't really feel like there's an American dream. I know for myself, obviously financial stability and freedom, like that's number one. You know, people say money isn't everything. I kind of disagree.
Do you really?
I mean, it's not 100% everything, but it plays a factor in damn near everything in your life.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like where you live, what you eat, how, you know, like the things that you experience. If you're struggling, like, you know, it's a lot that plays into it. And honestly, I'm a lot happier when I got more money in my pocket.
For sure. Listen here.
Let's
When I ain't got no money, I'm depressed. Man. I don't want to talk. I don't want to see nobody.
I don't want to do shit.
Yeah,
like,
ain't
no, nah.
And I think that, you know, I think the money, they said the money roots are all evil, but I think it's what's of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what you can do with it and stuff like that. Of course, we need money to sustain and live. And, you know, fly to different countries and have fun and stuff like that. But I think it's the love and what you would do for the money.
Yeah. And also, I was going to say, I don't think money is evil at all. It's the person who has the money.
Yeah.
Like, if you were already, you know, had an ugly character to yourself or about yourself, the more money you get, probably the worse you're going to be.
For sure. Most definitely. What do you think are the times that you're at your most happiest?
My most happiest? I would say when my physical health is my priority. I've noticed, and it might sound like dumb or cheesy or whatever, but when I'm not in the gym consistently and eating, you know, I don't have a super specific diet, but, you know, I try to keep it clean. I don't really take medication, things like that. So, like, when I'm taking care of myself, I feel like everything else kind of flows with it.
It do.
Yeah.
It definitely
my
do.
mental and my physical, like, that's my main priority. So if those are not aligned, I feel like everything else just kind of crumbles.
How long have you been working out? Because I've been seeing you going crazy lately.
Yeah, I've been
you know
trying to, you know what? I ain't no, like, top fitness influencer, none of that.
You do
I
though.
be trying.
Like,
yeah, I
you
be
do
trying.
good.
I feel like I've been physical, like, active my entire life. So growing up, I was a tomboy. Like,
really?
It might not look like it, but you know, wow. Yeah, no, I'm a tomboy at heart, you know, so I feel like I've always just been, you know, kind of active.
Okay, it just carried on. People don't really understand what the gym can do for you, and I do got a few questions about the gym.
Okay.
Did you see that thing about Lifetime Fitness getting the
liquor license?
Yeah, the liquor license. Yes. How you feel about that?
That's like Planet Fitness having pizza day. What the hell? What are you?
See, I got emotions on that though, right? Okay, so I feel like after you work, for me, right, the gym is a sacred place, right? And when I work out, I can be at the gym for like 3 hours. You ever been to Lifetime Fitness?
I have. You can spend a whole day at the gym.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like a therapy session, and I'm just away from the world. I got my headphones on. I can do jacuzzi, whatever the hell.
Right.
And I think that they're trying to incorporate, like, you don't have to go to the club to get a drink. Because, I mean, you know, people drink, whatever. Right. Maybe they're not going to have a blast off like a club.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They might have some, like...
They're not going to have no section.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might have just some Tito's or whatever the hell, some stuff to relax. But I think that people just going, you know, looking straight as, why is, the gym having liquor? Yeah. I think they're just trying to have a small community of their own because they got the kids section and stuff like that. So, I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like from a health standpoint, it just kind of defeats the purpose. So, okay, so say you're working out, you're already depleting yourself from electrolytes, all that type of stuff, you know, because you're sweating. So it's essentially dehydrating you.
Right.
When you drink liquor, it's dehydrating you.
Right.
So you're putting all this work in, stressing your muscles out just to dehydrate it even more.
Yeah. I mean, who's perfect?
I mean, no, nobody's perfect, but I just feel like
you looking at a scientist.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it though. You know what I'm saying? If you own that, like I can get on that on some diet. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to work out and then go out. That's like people who work out and then go to McDonald's. Like you just
like what was the point?
Yeah, you did the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I saw some comments. They said they're probably more so doing that for like the pool area, you know, in the summertime, which I think that would be cool. Like if you're going to the pool, relax, you know, you got your kids or whatever. Yeah, have a drink, chill. But like it could also be dangerous too. People could be tore up, you know, trying to lift some weights.
I ain't even think of that.
Yeah.
Then they gonna need extra security,
insurance, like everything.
That
might
not pay. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Give me a few reasons why women should work out.
Okay, so women should work out, one, because it helps with our hormones. Helps with our hormones, and it's a thing also. You know, women, we kind of tend to react off of emotions. So emotions. So I feel like if you just, you know, go to the gym and just kind of woosah a little bit,
right,
it'll help with that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I think that everybody need to do that, man.
Yeah. And then also just long term shit, like you gotta be proactive and do preventative work. Because it's like, say you feel okay now, you're doing all this drinking or, you know, just not taking care of your body. Once you hit 50, 60, whatever, them organs, they're gonna start shutting down.
Facts.
Yeah, so it's, I feel like me, for myself, I'm trying to be great when I'm older.
Right.
I don't want nobody wiping my ass for me. You know, like just I can't function on my own because I was having a ball in my 30s, you know.
People don't think about that though. I think that it's a good thing that you look further into it though. People would be like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym because I'm tired or whatever. Like it's been times I done set my ass in the parking lot for 10 minutes. Like
don't get me wrong. Like it's been plenty of times where I done fell off from the gym. But again, like I said earlier, I feel it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel it in my body. Yeah.
I had went out last night and I had a few drinks. I've been on a diet for like 2.5 weeks. I haven't had no carbs, no bread, no liquor, none of that shit. That's why I chose the wine.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all TikTok. But yeah, and I had a few drinks and I really felt it this morning. Like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We getting old. Listen, I used to be, you know, out there in the streets.
Yeah. Hell no.
Till 6 o'clock in the morning.
No, that shit dead.
That shit's done.
Listen, I was in the bed by 12:30. Man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way. What's the motivating factor to drive, like when you go to the gym? You know what I'm saying? You of course, you just said, you know, when you get older and stuff like that. What keeps you motivated, though?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I like to look good.
Facts. Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes, I like to look good. Like, you know,
It's nothing wrong with listen. Ain't nothing wrong with you looking in the mirror and you seeing yourself, especially your progress.
Yeah,
when you worked hard.
That's one of the things. Is like when you stay consistent and you start seeing.
Oh my God! Can't tell me nothing.
Nothing.
Especially I've been on a diet eating fucking rice cakes and shit like that. Man, so let's get a little bit into, I wanted to talk a little bit about like the soft girl era. You know what I'm saying? And I think that word has been thrown around, not too loosely, but we don't really understand the complete definition of the soft girl era, right? And the Urban Dictionary says, in which a female chooses to only have kind, loving, gentle, and supportive people in their life. It is a time where she makes an effort to live in peace, happiness, and calmness. What is your perspective on the soft girl era, or are you living in the soft girl era?
Nah, I feel like
you're not.
Hell no, I feel like I'm the man in my life. No, and it's not even like intentional. It's just like when you're on your own and you like really got to do everything on your own. Because when I tell you I'm fixing stuff at the house, you know, I'm building things if I need to, like, excuse me. It's not soft, you know. I feel like I'm getting a little dirty, a little rough, you know. Yeah, no, I'm not in my girl era right now.
Are you single?
I am single.
Okay. Do you think that you having to live this way because you're single, meaning like you're not in your soft girl era because the man aspect is not in your life, like to even give you that opportunity to be in a soft girl era? Because I see you putting Armor All on your tires.
Listen,
I'm like, how the fuck she know about the wires? You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Now it's coming. Okay.
I don't think I like, okay, according to the Urban Dictionary, you know, being at peace, all of that, I can definitely be that. But it's always going to be that masculine side of me because of the tomboy. Like, and also I grew up with brothers. I grew up like, you know, around my father, my stepfather, in the racetracks, you know, growing around cars. Yeah, I mean, I got a 55 Chevy tattooed on me. Like, I grew up around that stuff, so it's just always going to be in me, you know? Yeah.
I would have never thought of it. I never would have thought that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had an experience where really, you know, changed your whole life perspective? I know earlier you kind of said that, you know, you kind of went through a few things that, you know, not had you in a depressive state, but, you know, like, kind of touch on you maybe not being in your soft girl era because of the past, or just because like shit I'm going through this by myself, or because do you see yourself being in a soft girl era? Because some women don't even want to be there though.
No, I would like to be there. I think so I'm very aware, like I mentioned past traumas and stuff. I'm very aware of what my traumas are and how they kind of affect me. So I will say with dating, because of my upbringing, like with my father, I'm very prideful and I don't really like to accept help or ask for help. So I know as a man, you guys like to help. Y'all like to solve problems. And, you know, so it's just like one thing I kind of got to learn dealing with a man is to not be so quick to like me jumping to do something, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's something I got to work on, asking for help or just, you know, accepting.
I think the more you become independent, the harder it's gonna be.
The harder it is.
Right.
Yes.
So when the man finally do come, it's gonna be hard for you to let your guard down because now you're so independent.
Right.
And now it's like, okay, when is she even gonna let me step in and help? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think my biggest thing is, again, going back to like my childhood, it's more so I'm so used to people holding things over my head. You know,
that's a good one though.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Like, I did this for you.
Yeah, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have such and such.
Right.
So it's like I don't even like to give somebody the opportunity to say they did something for me. You know.
So how would you ever get?
It's hard. It's hard.
That's tough.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it's just whoever I end up with, they gotta learn who I am as a person,
right,
and you know, really take the time to learn about how I grew up and like why I'm this way, you know. But I feel like I've dated some people that have, you know, softened me up. And I'm not like I'm not like a hard person. It's just like
you got to yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
What are some things that you value in 2024 that you didn't maybe value last year?
I would say I feel like I value my time more. Yeah, my time, boundaries. That's something like I've definitely had to appreciate more and like be, a little more strict with. And again, like the very first thing I said was my friends and my family.
Yeah.
It's very hard to come across real, genuine people.
It is.
And it's just that, I've been through, sometimes I'm not like an emotional person, but I will like break down and open up a little bit. And the things the thing through where, just having people on your side that don't judge you no matter what you're going through in life. Like, I really appreciate that.
You got to. I'm saying like those, and you got to hold those people tight because those people don't come, every so often. Yeah. And you got the people who have motives.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they prey on your downfall. It's scary out here. For sure. And so I always tell people, like, I only have a selective few of friends, and I'm not trying to really meet no new friends because you don't know what people, motives is. You don't know what they trying to do behind closed doors. Yeah. They try to talk down on you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going through some shit.
Right, exactly. And it's like, so I have like a couple childhood friends that have been in my life since the 5th grade, 7th grade. And then I have a couple that are very close to me that I met within the last, like few years, whatever. But other than that, I don't know. I don't see me like bringing anybody in my little square,
Yeah, that's crazy because I was going to ask you that question. Do you think it's harder to meet new people in 2024?
I think, yes and no. I feel like it's hard to really learn people or get to know people because I just feel like social media has made people so socially awkward. Where it's like everything feels so surface level. Right. And I feel like a lot of people, they're just kind of hanging out with each other because they look good. Yeah. They look good. Oh, let's go grab a drink together. But it's like, y'all really don't like each other. If it wasn't for liquor, you probably wouldn't have anything in common.
For sure. Right.
Yeah.
Because it don't even make sense. Now y'all beefing in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even know this person. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't really what I want to do. Should you disclose your mental health issues to your partner in the early stages in the relationship? Like, say, for instance, if y'all just start talking in the month and you say, look, I'll be depressed sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So you think that you should disclose those things or you should just suppress it and deal with it on your own time?
I think if you're dating somebody with intentions of moving forward, then yes, I feel like that's okay to disclose that type of information. But if you're just having fun with somebody, I don't feel like they need to know that type of stuff.
How do you know when you're having fun with somebody though? Like,
I feel like conversations, like communication.
Right.
Yeah, you got very open communication. I feel like at this age, like, you know what you want.
Facts.
And for it's like people who are intentional in every aspect of their life, they're going to make it known. Right. I'll just say men, for example. Like, if you're dating someone and, okay, let me think of something. For example, I feel like you can get so caught up with just texting somebody, and it's very common. It's so stupid and like minuscule, but like if you don't pick up the phone and call me to hear my voice, and if you don't, set out like plans to spend time with each other, like genuine time, not just like, oh, come pull up to the crib, type shit. Like, that's just, it's easy to see someone's intentions are with how they move. If they plan like in the future, like, oh, it's such and such coming up, like I want us to experience that together. Or
I think that's up to you though, to let them know like, okay, this ain't that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just
it definitely got to be open communication. Like, and that's one thing that I've had to learn. You can't just assume somebody wants to be with you or be in a relationship. True. Because it's so easy to get caught up in a situationship where you're going out, spending time, staying the night, sleeping with each other, doing relationship things. And then as soon as a issue comes up, oh, we not together. I never said we was,
Facts, though. That's a fact.
So now it's like if a man specifically say out of his mouth, like, I want you to be my woman or we are exclusive, I'm single.
So you almost, that's the tomboy, Okay, I see it.
No, it's not the tomboy. Like, back to looking at things at face value and like just being real about the situation, because just because you're laid up with me and doing things for me, I can't just assume you want to be with me. Facts. Or you want to commit to me, or like you're in it for the long haul, because things be looking sweet. It be looking all cute, whatever, but let me end up in the hospital or something and you're nowhere to be found.
But that's why when you was talking about like picking up the phone, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get so used to texting. Yeah. But some people can't hold a conversation. Like you would talk to the person for 5 minutes, like, okay, you know what I'm saying, and that would throw you off. A real genuine person who wants a real relationship. Some people can't hold a conversation.
Well, listen, that person is not for me.
Most definitely. Yeah. What are some things that is a non-negotiable for you in dating right now? Like some stuff that you just not gonna deal with.
Okay, I would say, and don't be mad at me, y'all, but kids, if you have children, it's a no for me.
What?
Yeah, it's a no for me.
At all, like you just not bending, not one kid, not.
No, like I've tried. I've definitely tried, and just like I don't know. It's like a few reasons to it. One, just the situations I've dealt with, they always are somehow connected or going back to the the mother of their child.
Okay.
So sleeping with them, entertaining them, whatever. And then also, this could be a pride thing, but if I'm with somebody, I don't want another woman dictating our relationship.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Like, for example, if, we want to go somewhere or do something, I got to call, the mom, like, hey, is it okay if we do such and such? I don't want to have to do that in my relationship. Like,
right.
I feel like I am the woman in the relationship, you
Facts.
know? And then also, I don't come with that responsibility. So I feel like if I don't come with that responsibility, I also don't want you to have that as well.
You think you missing out on a lot of opportunities because of that? Not opportunities, but you know what I'm saying?
Like a good man?
Yeah.
I could, but at the end of the day, there's like billions of people in this world.
You gonna really put the statistic on it?
Yes. No, and you know why I say that is because I haven't traveled a lot outside of the country, but like I've been places and I've really seen like, wow, Detroit is literally a crumb in this world. You know.
Do you see yourself staying here for the rest of your life? Yeah, me neither. I ain't gonna lie.
I love Detroit, but
it's only so much you can get from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I love Detroit. Yeah, this is my home. I will always probably keep a house here, but this is not where I think I would be successful at.
Right.
Yeah. So I just don't. I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? What are you looking forward to in this year? What are some things that Yella is really like? Oh, I really want to get this done this year.
So it's certain goals that I'm working on, just like business wise, which again I don't want to get like too much into.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm just ready to just. It's like I can't say what it is.
Manifest it.
I know.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
No, it's just I'm just working on myself. You know, like I would say that's like a couple of years I've just like really been digging deep.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to see, because again I'm about to be 30 in November, so I'm ready for my 30s. Like I'm preparing for that.
Listen, I'm not gonna try to scare you, but I'm 36, right? I always tell people like after the 30s is almost like a change and you shift.
Yeah.
And you go through some things because you need that shift in your life. And it's almost unexplainable, but you have to go through it.
Right.
And it's going to be for the greater good, though. And it's going to help you. You know what I'm saying? But it's good that you're starting now, because some people don't start until they're 40.
Right.
Until they're 50. You get what I'm saying? And like you said, you were trying to, transition from what you're doing now into like, who you really want to be.
Right.
Where did you come up with this mind frame or this mindset? Like, okay, this is time. Like being in the club atmosphere and stuff like that.
I think it's more so like a spiritual thing. Okay. So I'm very spiritual. I'm not religious, but it's just a feeling like it. Like when certain things don't entertain you or feel good anymore, it's time to move.
Okay.
That's
crazy. I got a question about that. Like, how do you know when it's time to move on? With relationships, with jobs, with people? Like,
I feel like you just kind of know. It's again, like it just doesn't feel good to you. Like it's uncomfortable almost.
Okay.
I feel like if it feels kind of forced.
Forced, right.
Yeah. I don't like anything forced in my life. Like
people don't understand that though.
Yeah.
Like that can really damage you.
Oh, for sure.
Forcing some stuff.
Yeah.
Relationships, friendships, whatever the hell. It's like if it's not genuine, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, if it doesn't flow effortlessly, if it's stressing me out, causing me any type of anxiety, if I gotta, just like kind of overthink a situation, I feel like it's time to move on from it, you know?
How do you stay level-headed working in the club? Like we talked before, just like you said, you're not really a drinker, and people would think, from looking at you like,
Yeah.
She's just party girl and stuff like that. Because it blew me away. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's the perception and the persona of
course.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm glad you're down here to really tell your side of the story.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, like, so I don't smoke anymore either.
Okay.
But I used to
cold turkey?
No, nothing. I mean, I'll drink a little bit, like for, birthday or, a social outing or whatever. But like just to get, throwing shots back to get fucked up. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Ooh, staying level-headed in the club. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard.
I'm blown. I want to hear the answer. Like,
I think, because, okay, I'm a hothead, and I've worked very hard on myself to not, just be so quick to snap. I think just like in my everyday life, I kind of try and put into the club atmosphere as well. So I've worked on not taking things personal. Okay. So say if you're dealing with somebody, you can even be at the grocery store and, kind of apply this. If you're dealing with someone who's like super rude, you popping off on them and, probably get into an altercation, it's not going to change who they are as a person. Because I'm sure you've met some people who are just naturally like a dickhead or, they're just
who they are.
They're just rude. So it's like, why am I going to, raise my blood pressure and argue with them when they're going to wake up tomorrow the same person?
Facts.
So I just kind of be like, you got it. That's just like that's my motto now. You got it. Like, I don't even care.
That's why I asked you, like, how is your mental state? Because I know working in the club and seeing that every day. And I think you said on one of your posts, like, when you try to be a good waitress, do you call yourself a waitress?
Yeah, waitress, server.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Trying to be that best person inside of there. Some people just go wild. Like, you just step back. Like, okay, do your thing.
Yeah.
Is that because you've been doing it for so long, or is like that you just at a space in life? Like, okay, look,
Yeah, it's a mixture of both. Honestly, the older I get, the more nonchalant I become.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a good thing because I don't be giving a fuck.
That's what I said in the beginning. Yeah.
I don't be caring. It's just like, God damn. But then also being in the club, just, from seeing things over the years, people are nuts. Like, they are losing their mind.
Facts.
A lot of people, I don't know if it's from the pandemic or like what's going on, but a lot of people, they don't have shit to lose.
They don't.
And I don't have a point to prove.
Right.
So it's like, you got it.
Right.
I don't need to fight you. I don't need to do none of that. Like, just cool.
Do you think people judge you from you being or working there?
Absolutely.
Okay. And
yeah. I would say the number one thing that bottle girls get judged for is they think we're hoes, we sleep around, and, for me personally, it's the opposite effect. I'd be so turned off by men being in the clubs because it's like, all you hear is, oh, damn, girl, like, like just trying to catcall or touch on you or do whatever, and it's like, it be making me want, to have a man at home that I can come home to, like, come here, baby, like, I missed you.
Oh, really? Okay, so so I'm glad that you said that, because a lot of people would try to say that, all bottle girls are hoes. And, y'all just chasing after the money aspect or whatever. And to hear that from you really changed my perspective. Like, I'm not a club person at all.
Yeah.
But you see this on a daily basis. And guys in there just, hey, baby, how you doing? You hear that so fucking much. You want the opposite.
Yeah. But I feel like when you're, like, spiritually in tune with yourself, you're not fazed with none of that. I'm literally there to make my money and go home.
Facts.
And it's like, because I've been around real money. Excuse me. I've been around, not street money or whatever. Like, I've been around real shit. And so it's like, first of all, why are you, like, you didn't even pay the bill and you over here telling me you gonna take me out the club.
Right.
Like, you're not even supporting my hustle.
Right.
Or, you pocket watching. It's been situations where, say, like, a guy will pay the bill and someone else will try and, tip on top. Oh, no, bro, I already tipped her. Why are you blocking my money? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lot of shit just be so cheesy and like corny in the club.
I can only imagine, man.
And it's like, I don't want none of that.
You gotta damn yourself out of that. You know what I'm saying? Mentally first.
Yeah.
Because you will get sucked into all of that.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It is some bottle girls that they get sucked into that life. Yeah. But it's like, again, when I graduated high school at 17. When I graduated, I didn't have a curfew. So I was outside.
Right.
So, and I'm about to be 30. So you got to think all those years I was outside doing all of this. Like, it doesn't entertain me no more.
Facts,
so I'm literally, again, there to make my money and go the fuck home.
Yeah. Do you feel like social media has rushed you to being somebody that you're not, or somebody that you don't want to be? You know, because social media has this persona that you're supposed to have kids at this certain age, or you're supposed to have this certain body type.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be this girl, this it girl. Do you ever feel that? Like, okay, well, maybe I'm comparing myself to others because...
You know what? I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Because I've met some very well-known influencers, whatever, and they really ain't, like, they're not...
Facts.
They don't really have it.
Fact.
Yeah, they don't really have it like they, you know, perceive online. So don't get me wrong, like I will say, because I do follow a lot of like gym influencers and stuff. I'm human. I'm a, you know, kind of not think I'm perfect all the time. Like I do have body dysmorphia at times. But again, I know also those gym influencers, they're taking things to enhance their body.
Yeah, they are.
You know, they're necessarily steroids, but they're doing things that's not going to, if they were naturally doing things, they're not going to have those results, you know? So I just got to remind myself, social media is a facade, you know, it's not really what I think it is. So
you'll get sucked into that shit and it'll really harm you. And because like some guys spray that oil on them and shit, you know what I'm saying?
What
like,
you need the oil?
You ain't never seen, like they were like when they doing the fitness videos, they would put the Vaseline on and you know what I'm saying? Make it look like you said, sometimes they would go maybe like a couple days without eating so they muscles can pop. Right. You get what I'm saying? And then you looking like, God damn, I've been in the gym for 3 years and I don't still ain't. Like but we got to stop comparing. But I want to know, is it okay to compare yourself sometimes?
I feel like sometimes, because it can motivate you to do better.
Right.
But it's not okay when it's making you feel less than.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Because, it's definitely some people that I follow or have, you know, just seen their posts and like, damn, like, I got to work a little harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I got a little different or whatever, but it's not to the sense of like I just suck at life.
Yeah. but it's hard though, because especially when you're going through some things.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you be like, God damn, how do he have this? Or how do she do this? Or why is her body looking like this? Or, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what? And no disrespect, a lot of these bodies, they were kind of made on the table.
Facts.
You know?
There you go.
And I've realized, so I don't think I'm the prettiest woman in the world, you know, but I'm also not insecure around other women because I feel like I'm not going to be for everybody.
Right.
That's one thing I have had to learn about myself is I'm not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to find me attractive. And not only that, the women who, you know, do get surgeries or, you know, just alter themselves, they also were insecure. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So it's like, you don't know who you're next to. I've met some beautiful women. Like, I'm thinking they are drop dead gorgeous. And they got a fucked up ass attitude.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty woman walked in the room.
Right.
It's like, girl, relax. You look good.
But they
you don't gotta act like that.
They don't know how to, though.
Yeah.
People don't know how to do the inner work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the real important part. And to say, okay, I have a real natural body. I'm about to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I think the women are pushing the BBL thing, but I think it's kind of fading off a little bit.
No, it's fading for sure.
It's definitely fading off. So I think men are really appreciating the real bodies now. And I'm seeing a lot of women going to the gym now, and I'm happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, be intentional about yourself. Work harder on yourself. And, you know, tap into your inside. You know what I'm saying? But before we get out of here, man, I do want to ask you one more thing. How do we go from the movement of the man versus woman thing, and instead of that, maybe let's build a family?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been so much 50-50. The woman is this, the woman is that, the man is this, the man is that. How do we go to, okay, well, the man needs the woman and the woman needs the man?
Yeah.
How can we switch that narrative?
How do we come together?
Yeah, like, let's push the happiness on relationships now.
I don't know, man. I be thinking about that. I feel like we're kind of too far gone.
Yeah, I do too. I do. It's getting worse.
But you know what the issue is? Like, everybody has trust issues. That's like, we don't trust each other to be, you know, a man. Like, women, we don't trust a man to be a man, and men don't trust women, whatever. Ooh, that's a hard question to answer, honestly.
Man.
It's like we're so against each other.
Facts. And it's like, I don't want to even sink into that. You know what I'm saying? Not even trusting my woman, or you not trusting your man. And it's like, because we're seeing this on social media so much, you're even now you want to go through your damn phone and you know he ain't even doing nothing.
I don't know. I ain't going through no phone.
You ain't going through no phone?
I've never gone through a phone before.
Really? Never ever?
Never.
Wow.
Like on anything. I have never gone through a phone before.
Have you ever cheated on your man before?
No.
Really?
I haven't cheated on. Yes.
That's a question. How did that make you feel?
I ain't gonna lie, back then I was on fire.
You was on fire, really?
Yeah. No, being cheated on, it's such a terrible feeling because it's like, one, you're putting my health at risk. You know, and because let's be real, most people, they're not getting tested before they go sleep with somebody. So it's like, you're putting my health at risk. And then not only that, like, I don't know. It's just like, to break that trust and that loyalty, it's like, now I don't trust nothing that you do. You know? It hurts for sure.
But you think now at this stage and that you're at now, you would deal with it differently? You know what I'm saying? Like, or is it back in the day, like you just was?
I think it depends. I feel like certain situations you can't really say, oh, I would never do this or I would do that, like until you're in that situation.
Right.
Yeah. So it just depends on, you know, how it happened, how in love I am with that person. Like, I don't know. You don't know? Yeah. But no, cheating, I can't get with it because this is just my personality. And this is anything. Like, it doesn't even have to be relationships. Once I see that you move funny or, you know, you kind of just don't have a good character about yourself, I can't unsee that. Yeah.
It's embedded.
It's just
if a man cheat one time, are you going to take him back or no?
I don't know.
You don't know? I mean, to each his own, you know.
I don't know. It's just like, you kind of got to know your person too.
Right.
Like, you got to, like, I feel like you kind of know your person if they would cheat on you or not. Does that sound crazy?
No, it don't. But it kind of give, like, yeah, I will take him back. You know what I'm saying? If he cheated, you damn near know he gonna cheat.
I think it's, okay, and this might be like a bad mentality to have. I won't say all men cheat, but like 98% of men are probably going to step out at some point.
You think so?
Yes.
Why though?
Because men are visually stimulated. Okay. And you guys get bored. You know, it's different for men. Like, y'all can have sex with somebody and don't give a fuck about them. Like, it's just literally just a sensation.
Yeah. I think it boils down to, you know, you know the word. You know what I'm saying? Visual and also what we have at home. Okay, I have a woman at home. I'm not saying all the time for the 2%. You know what I'm saying? We have a good woman at home and we know what, you know, her worth. And we know that this one time I'm having sex or whatever, I step out. It's not worth it. It's going to break everything, the trust, the values, the relationships, everything that we've built is going to tear all of that down. Right. And dating right now sucks.
Oh, for sure.
And I feel like the dating pool is horrible. And it's like, okay, do you really want to put yourself back in that, you know, that area of life? So I think that men are getting better. Right. You know, it is hard. Just for my fellas, you know what I'm saying? Though? Like, I'm trying to stand up for y'all, but she killing me. Yeah, we trying. Yeah. We trying, but much BBL and then women at the gym with these crazy outfits on.
No, you know what? Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. I just said this the other day to somebody. No, I can't man or for men, but there are a lot of beautiful women in this world. So it's like, to a certain extent, I don't blame y'all. It's some fine ass out there. But at the same time, if you know, like, you can't control temptation or, you know, you can't, like, not be tempted, you just need to be single or just get with somebody who is okay with being in an open relationship.
What's the chances of that, though? Temptation is real. Temptation is one of the hardest things men deal with on a daily basis. Like you said, it's a lot of beautiful women, but we have to know the value that our woman brings, you know what I'm saying? And the things that she can make me feel. And it's not always what you see, because like you said, we can see the most beautiful woman in the world. But when we get to meet this woman, she's tarnished.
Yeah.
She's going through so much shit, you know what I'm saying? And we can't deal with it. So then we mess up what we got at home.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a catch to it. So as you grow up, you know what's important and what's not important.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you, have you cheated before?
Yeah, I cheated before.
What made you cheat?
I was young and dumb, and I really didn't understand, the value of cheating. And we grew up on how many numbers can you get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember them days.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or how many women can you have?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what we just grew up seeing from our peers. I never had nobody say, okay, get with one woman and be with this woman for the rest of your life. Or
right.
I didn't have that. So I'm going off what I knew. So it's like, okay, if I cheated, yes, I may have messed up my relationship or whatever. Maybe I can repair it. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I can do it in a slicker way next time, or whatever the case may be. And I hate that I even had to go through that, because I gotta, really, you really when you grow into like a real man, because it's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Like staying faithful is hard as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very, very, very hard.
Why is it so hard? Like, what is so, I guess, intriguing with being with other women while you have another one?
It's not even that. I think men are just slow. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
yes.
I think some men, I can't say all men. I'm not saying that, fellas. But I think some men just don't understand, like, being with one. But, some men just don't want to be with one woman.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I'm saying?
That's fine. Just be honest about it.
But we like our cake and eat it, too.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? We know we got one good woman at home, and then sometimes we like, well, maybe we can step out and do this bullshit. But I feel like it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
And we battle with that all the time. We seeing so many beautiful women on a daily basis. And it's like, damn, it comes down to self-discipline. And if you don't have discipline, you don't have shit.
Yeah.
And I always say that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's with everything in life.
For sure. So it goes from me from working out so much. And people always ask me, like, why do you work out so much? Because it helps me with having self-discipline. And the more I see women, it's like, okay, y'all all looking the same now. You know what I'm saying? So what are y'all bringing to the table to make me want to cheat? You get what I'm saying? That's the type of mentality I'm having now.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not really, I ain't gonna say it ain't worth it, but it's up to you. It's up to the man. What is your woman treating you good? Is she, helping you with things?
Yeah.
Is not only fucking you good, but is she,
taking supportive?
Yeah, like
they're emotionally.
It's way deeper than that. Yeah, for sure. But before we get out of here, I know this conversation was just amazing. How are you dealing with depression now? Like, what are some things you can tell women that is dealing with depression now today? Like, how are you getting through these days?
It's kind of hard to give an answer for that because everybody deals with depression differently. Some people are very, they have the depression where they're very sad and, just crying, don't feel motivated or anything. Some people are suicidal, it just depends on level you're at, I would say, and it's so generic, but I would just say whatever you're going through now, it's not going to be forever. That's one thing I had to learn is like so many things are temporary. And to be completely honest, a lot of things that we go through that might fuel like depression or just like a negative mindset is we put ourselves in situations and we keep ourselves in situations. So a lot of the things that we go through, it can be changed.
Right.
You just got to be proactive and just kind of want it to change.
Right.
And also, you said earlier, the power of the tongue is very real. The power of the mind is very strong as well. So the more you knock yourself down or, just say or think like, oh, my life sucks, or, why do I keep going through this? Like, you got to change your perspective and change how you speak to yourself.
Facts. And
how you think of yourself. So if you say you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, oh, like, I look kind of ugly today, or everybody goes through it. Like, I go through it, like, I don't really look the greatest today. But I try and change my perspective, like, nah, you look fucking good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to just change your perspective and change, like, how you move with yourself, because the more you knock yourself down, that's what you're going to attract. I am a strong believer in that. So you gotta, whatever it is that you want in life, I've realized, and also I've read books on this, you gotta kind of already place yourself where you want to be. Like you gotta basically envision like you're already there and move accordingly to that.
Okay.
You know, so with depression, I don't know. It's hard to, you know, just give like one answer to that.
Yeah. I think a lot of women are, you know, being relatable to you right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear this more than often.
Yeah.
And I like these kind of conversations because it's almost like a therapy session.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I think that we can, you know, push this information out to people who are maybe going through depression or trying time or, like I said, you know, when you switching ages and trying to switch careers and all of that shit. We all human. We go through shit. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that everybody taking this information and really using it. Once again, I thank you so much for the Stab Lab podcast. Shout out to our listeners. You can do me a favor and stop and subscribe to the content. Where can they follow you at?
You can follow me on Instagram at Yella Baby. It's YELLABBY.
Okay.
Yes.
And of course, you can follow me at the Stab Lab Network. You can follow us on Spotify, iTunes. Be looking out for the merch, man. It's coming soon. I hope that everybody is staying positive. The summer is coming.
Yes.
Make sure y'all unbigging them big ass backs. Make sure that y'all getting that meal most definitely. And getting to that bag, man. That's most important. But make sure y'all stay tuned to the next episode of the Stab Lab podcast.
Yes.